Good evening, everybody. Lord Lieutenants, Member of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2026 Cambridge Independent Science and Technology Awards. Welcome to Hinxton Hall Conference Centre on the world-famous Wellcome Genome Campus, a perfect place for us to celebrate the amazing achievements across science and technology from all our finalists. My name is Paul Brackley. I'm the editor of the Cambridge Independent and senior group editor for the region for its publisher, iLift Media. This is the 9th year of these awards, which means I really should know what I'm doing by now, but I'm making no promises. What I can promise is that we have an astonishing array of talent to tell you about. And it was, as always, a very tough challenge for our judges, not just because they had to decide what to have for lunch at the rather excellent cafe at the Bradfield Centre, but also because there were so many excellent nominations. You can see on the screen right now this hardened troupe who we locked in a room, refused to let out until they'd made some decisions. Thank you to Mark Watson and Mantle Space for hosting us at the Bradfield Centre, to all our judges for their time and expertise. Let's give it up for them. I mean, you're clapping now, but let's see if you are later, right? Seriously, everyone who is on this shortlist should be proud of reaching this stage because there was really strong competition. And, you know, if you do win an award, you know, I always think you should shout about it, you know, just go ahead. We'll be using hashtag SciTech Awards on social media. I would ask you to turn your phones to stun mode. Now, some of you are veterans of these awards. You'll know from previous years that sometimes I like to set our audience a challenge. I mean, we have some of the finest minds, the best scientists, technologists, engineers and mathematicians in Cambridge here in this room. So it would be a waste not to utilise the hive mind. So I was just wondering if anyone could help me with this. It's been giving me some bother. Please see me afterwards if you can help. More of them, incidentally, with the Cambridge Independent subscription. So never miss an opportunity. So before we begin our celebration, I'd like to thank our brilliant sponsors whose support makes this evening possible. They are Appleyard Lees, AstraZeneca, BDO, Brookgate, Cambridge Science Park, the Faculty of Science and Engineering at Anglia Ruskin University, Mantle Space, Rowpen, St John's Innovation Centre, Weatherby's Business Bank, Wellcome Genome Campus, Woodfine Solicitors, Zero Workspace and Zyme Communications. A round of applause, please, for our general sponsors. And so to our first award, and we start with a very special one indeed. The Lifetime Achievement Award recognises an individual who has made an extraordinary and lasting contribution. It is sponsored by Weatherby's Business Bank, which says the award reflects its belief that the most meaningful progress comes from dedication sustained over time. I'd like to invite to the stage George Neville-Jones, Head of Business Banking at Weatherby's, to help me present this special award. Now, before we reveal our winner and ask him to address you all, let me tell you a little bit about him. Our winner graduated from the University of Cambridge in 1973, went on to study at the MRC Laboratory of Molecular Biology for his PhD, where he later became a group leader. He was interested in the idea that all antibodies have the same basic structure, with small changes making them specific for one target. The method to isolate and reproduce monoclonal antibodies from mice had been discovered at the LMB, but these had limited application in human medicine because our immune response rapidly deactivates them. Our winner pioneered the technique to humanise mouse monoclonal antibodies and later to fully humanise antibodies using phage display for therapeutic uses. In 1989, he was one of the founders of Cambridge Antibody Technology, which discovered what would ultimately become known as Humira, the world's first fully human antibody, designed to treat a range of conditions, including rheumatoid arthritis and Crohn's disease. Sold by AbbVie, it was the world's best-selling drug for more than a decade. Global sales totaled more than $230 billion between 2003 and 2024. Cambridge Antibody Technology, meanwhile, was acquired by AstraZeneca in 2006 for £702 million. Today, humanised monoclonal antibodies form the majority of antibody-based drugs on the market, including several blockbusters. Our winner has also founded companies including Demantis, Bicycle Therapeutics, and recently Immutrin. He was Master of Trinity College for 7 years and held several senior posts at the LMB. He was knighted in 2004, and in 2018 he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry, along with George Smith and Francis Arnold. I'm delighted to say he is here tonight to speak with us. Our Lifetime Achievement Award winner is Sir Gregory Winter.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So, thank you. When I was told about this award, I was pleased, slightly surprised, and slightly uneasy. I was pleased because no matter that I've had several distinguished national and international awards, it's still heartwarming for me to get one from the community in which I made my life. I was slightly surprised because after the Nobel Prize, almost all awards ceased. So the moral is get those in before you get your Nobel Prize. And I was slightly uneasy because the term Lifetime Award put me in mind of a committee at Trinity College responsible for commissioning a lifetime portrait of each of its fellows once they are sufficiently elderly. Sometimes the committee would be alerted that a certain fellow was looking none too good, so they'd better get on with the job. And so it was that some fellows came to see the commissioning of their portrait as welcome as an invitation to tea with the Grim Reaper. So Paul, thank you. Thank you, Awards Committee, and thank you, Weatherby's Business Bank, for this Lifetime Award, which I accept for the spirit in which I hope it was offered. Which brings me to the topic of my brief address. I was asked to offer some reflections on my life and perhaps even some words of advice to the younger members of the audience, which must comprise almost everyone else this evening. So let's start off with the impact on me of people. And the impact that's had on my career and my work. So I started as an undergraduate at Trinity College here in Cambridge in 1973 and undertook my PhD at the MRC LMB. I've since spent almost all of my career between Trinity and the LMB. So I've always been surrounded by brilliant, successful and eccentric people. And this certainly rubs off. It also sets high expectations as the norm. There was always peer pressure to be excellent. Good enough was never good enough. In fact, both the Trinity and the LMB could be pretty terrifying places for the sensitive young student in the 1970s that I hope you think I was, and it left a lasting impression. My supervisor, Brian Hartley, was not only my undergraduate supervisor, but later became my PhD supervisor at the LMB. he gave undergraduate group supervisions in the evening around a crate of brown ale. It wasn't as relaxed as you might imagine, because one of us would have to introduce a topic or a paper, and the others were expected to chip in. From time to time, Brian would explain things. He might even lead us slowly along a line of thought by a series of questions. The best analogy I can make is in the film Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where Merlin explains to the peasants how to tell whether a woman is a witch or not. I don't really recollect that scene, but it reminds me of us in the supervisions trying to follow Brian. But sometimes Brian would erupt. It was in such a group meeting I made the mistake of saying that a paper was interesting. So his moustache flecked with foam from the beer and his pipe burning fiercely and smoking, Brian shouted, "Bugger interesting, dear boy. Is it important?" This intervention left such a lasting impression, it shaped my activities and research. I continue to ask myself, is it important, dear boy, whenever I do anything? When I started my PhD at the LMB, I witnessed the LMB annual symposium in which Francis Crick, Sidney Brenner, and Aaron Klug sat together in the front row. This was, I think, before Sidney and Aaron had their Nobel Prizes, with Fred Sanger just one behind. That was before he got his second Nobel Prize. Each PI had to describe their work over the previous year. It was like a Roman circus, as Crick and Brenner, like skilled gladiators taking on lightly armed Christians in the arena, would lead with questions and critique. I can still remember Francis Crick saying to one Christian, "I have my notes on your lecture from last year. In what significant way does the work you've just described differ from that?" There was a long silence, and the victim squeaked something inaudible and crept out of the arena. Such public executions had a huge effect on me. It created a pressure to deliver significant progress, which I could only manage by working all hours and immersing myself in the subject. But after hard work and total immersion, I started to have new insights, and those new insights gave rise to new ideas which gradually took shape. In fact, I think the same was true for each of the LMB great scientists, even for those intellectual geniuses like Sidney Brenner, who'd have huge piles of articles from the library photocopied from every day, and allegedly he read them all. He also worked in the laboratory, and he talked to his colleagues late into the evening. And Fred Sanger was no different in working all hours. I remember leaving the LMB at midnight shortly after Fred. I came back the next morning at 6 o'clock, only to see Fred come out. He saw my astonishment, looked at his watch and said, "A bit late this morning, aren't we, Greg?" One Christmas Eve, I remember Fred inviting all the stragglers to his laboratory at 4 p.m. for a Christmas drink, where we were offered a snifter of his homemade elderberry wine in laboratory beakers. That was actually fine because he was the LMB safety officer at the time. Now, after my Nobel Prize, I was mobbed by Chinese students in Trinity Antichapel who wanted to know the secret for success. Quick, secret, you know. I told them it was probably hard work and total immersion, whether in academia or in business. I told them I had periods where I worked 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, for months at a time. One girl asked in horror, "But what about work-life balance?" In honor of my old supervisor, I grandly replied, "Bugger work-life balance." And so to the young, in summary, my antediluvian advice to you is bugger interesting, is it important, and work hard and bugger work-life balance. And probably for that matter, mental health, health and safety, and all manner of bureaucracy. And good luck. I hope you get away with it. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg.
Well, thank you so much, Greg, for speaking to us and for that wonderful advice. Fascinating and inspiring stuff. Congratulations on your richly deserved Lifetime Achievement Award. Thank you also to George and Weatherby's Business Bank for sponsoring this award. So that's the standard set for this evening. Good luck to everyone following that. We'll begin our look at the categories now. I'll tell you about each nominee, then I will reveal a highly commended winner who I will invite to the stage for the trophy presentation before revealing the winner. At the end of the evening, I'll also be revealing the winner of the IP Prize, a bespoke package of £1,500 of intellectual property law advice. This is kindly provided by Appleyard Lees, and the winner of that prize could be any of our finalists tonight. Except you, Sir Greg, sorry. So we begin appropriately enough with Startup of the Year, sponsored by Sir John's Innovation Centre, which has been home to tech startups and scale-ups since 1987. Established by St John's College, it sits at the heart of St John's Innovation Park. I'm pleased to invite to the stage Innovation and Business Growth Specialist, Dr. Lorraine Morley, to help me. So let's take a look at our nominees. Serenatis Bio. Founded in 2024, Serenatis Bio is developing first-in-class mechanism-driven therapies for obsessive-compulsive disorder, an underserved mental health condition impacting 240 million people. The company, which secured an oversubscribed pre-seed financing round, has a pipeline of 3 small molecule programs targeting the neurobiological drivers of OCD. And it's supported by strong preclinical data and is rapidly advancing towards clinical trials. Trimtech Therapeutics is developing a highly selective small molecule protein degraders targeting toxic aggregates to combat neurodegenerative and inflammatory diseases such as Alzheimer's. Founded on decades of research into the protein TRIM21, it raised £25 million in 2025, the largest biotech seed round in the UK last year, as it aims to open up an exciting new modality. Anthrotech is engineering soft biomimetic material systems that behave like real living tissue. Its Anthroskin and Anthropad provide a 3-layer synthetic skin architecture already used by major pharma and medtech companies to de-risk drug delivery devices. This year, the company launched AnthroRat, a synthetic animal model for humane skills development in research, and it is developing Smart Anthro Skin, a biometric skin analogue that reduces reliance on cadaveric and animal tissue. Cambridge Nucleomics is developing a 1-hour, fully automated point-of-care sepsis test to replace today's diagnostics, which take 2 days. Built on a novel RNA biomarker platform from the University of Cambridge, it can detect one pathogen within 5,000 cells. If ultimately deployed in hospitals, it is estimated the test could reduce sepsis deaths by 36%, saving 17,300 lives in the UK and 4 million worldwide annually. Loop 52 is creating a commercially viable pathway for recovering automotive plastics from end-of-life vehicles and reintegrating them into new production. Breaking down the barriers of fragmented supply chains, variable quality and limited traceability, it uses data and machine learning to improve identification and prioritisation of recoverable plastic streams, and its platform connects supply and demand. Nanoplume. This Cambridge deep tech and biotech startup is developing next-generation bio-based aerogel insulation to tackle a major overlooked driver of emissions and cold chain failures, heat loss. Its sustainable, ultra-lightweight composites are manufactured using a low-energy platform and could prove critical for food security and in healthcare, helping to safeguard vaccines and medicines while replacing fossil fuel-derived insulation. So those are our incredible startups with fascinating innovations. The judges have highly commended one of them for its extremely promising approach. Congratulations go to Cambridge Nucleomics. Congratulations to Cambridge Nucleomics. And the winner of Startup of the Year for 2026 for its outstanding progress is Trimtech Therapeutics. Congratulations to Trimtech on their win. Thank you to Lorraine and St John's Innovation Centre for their sponsorship. Now we turn to the STEM Initiative of the Year category, which rewards work to encourage greater engagement in science, technology, engineering or mathematics, broadening access to careers and inspiring the next generation. The award is supported by Cambridge Science Park. I'm delighted to welcome to the stage the Science Park's Director of External Affairs, Jane Hutchins. And the nominees are: St Mary's School, Cambridge builds computational thinking from the age of just 3. Pupils learn to code at the same age as they learn to read. In the 2025 BBREST Challenge, 13 pupils achieved the UK's highest scores. St Mary's pupils have become national RoboCup junior champions and international iCool robotics, not RoboCop, that would be different, an international iCool robotics finalist supported by a purpose-built STEM lab. With STEM Ambassador school status, St Mary's also hosts an annual Computer Science International Outreach Day. Black Talent and Leadership in STEM addresses skills gaps and underrepresentation among minority communities by uniting industry, academia and the non-profit sector. In the past year, it's grown its community to 1,300 plus, supported students from more than 60 universities, expanded its Future Ready skills programme and created paid industry opportunities. Marley Primary Academy has embedded STEM into its DNA from the earliest year, culminating in its first whole school science fair at which all children were invited to enter a project of their choice. 14 finalists presented to the school and wider community, with visitors voting for a science fair champion. Now an annual fixture expanding to its sister school Fenditton Primary, it showcases Marley's community-facing approach. LRIG's Adventures for Tomorrow's Scientists is a hands-on STEM outreach programme embedded within Europe's largest free drug discovery conference. Now in its 3rd year, it has engaged more than 80 students from 4 local schools, offering interactive workshops, careers Q&As, lab-style activities, guided exhibition tours, helping to broaden understanding in life science careers and inspiring curiosity. Kimbolton School's long-running chemistry and physics masterclass shows provide free, high-impact science enrichment to more than 800 primary pupils each year. Through dramatic demonstrations, hands-on participation and clear scientific explanations, the free programme makes a laboratory science environment accessible to all. It's complemented by 2 6-week lab masterclasses. The Royal Society of Chemistry's Broadening Horizons programme tackles the underrepresentation of black and minority ethnic students in the chemical sciences through an all-expenses-paid package of mentoring, professional development, industry exposure and paid internships. Now in its 4th year, it has supported 407 scholars with residential taster events, 650 plus site visits, 70 paid placements and tailored one-to-one mentoring. The programme has genuinely changed my life, said one scholar. So 6 excellent STEM initiatives there, helping to inspire and develop the next generation. Highly commended in this category is Broadening Horizons from the Royal Society of Chemistry. Congratulations to you. And the winner of STEM Initiative of the Year for 2026 for its impressive commitment and great achievements is St Mary's School, Cambridge. Congratulations to St Mary's on their win. Thank you to Jane and Cambridge Science Park for helping with the judging of this category and for their sponsorship. Now, we turn to another category that rewards positive impact. It is sponsored by the Wellcome Genome Campus, where we find ourselves today. Now, as you arrived here tonight, you can't fail to have noticed signs of construction. This world-renowned campus has some very exciting plans to triple in size in the coming years. So before we look at our nominees, I thought it would be a great opportunity to invite Aline Charpentier, the Science, Strategy and Innovation Lead at the Wellcome Genome Campus, to the stage to spend a minute or two telling us about what's coming.
Thank you, Paul. And welcome everyone. And thank you, Paul. You started my pitch with the most observant people. They saw the crane and the construction site. So yeah, I'm here to enlighten you in the next 2 minutes about what's coming up. So that campus, for those who are less familiar with the life science sector, is not just a really nice conference center. It's also home of two world-leading academic institutions in the biodata space. Wellcome Sanger Institute, we might know for the Human Genome Project, who are highly world-renowned in terms of high-throughput, high-scale molecular biodata generation. So if you think about what you do with that biodata, it's what enables the development of next generation of therapeutics. So if we're in an era where data is the new oil, where you are like on the territory of what is producing the oil for the treatments of tomorrow. The other institute, the EMBL-EBI, the European Bioinformatics Institutes, are a repository of really smart bioinformaticians. So think of the people who actually make sense of all this data. So you combine the two and you really have that sort of capacity for building the next generation of therapeutics. And we are soon to be joined by a government initiative called the HDRS, Health Data Research Services, that will be a one-stop shop for all health data in the UK. So it's the really embedded value chain of what you need to deliver your next generation of therapeutics. What's coming up next door is, as you heard, is a lot of really smart initiative, academic work that is setting the foundations for it. What we want to build is more translation, because just research is not enough to actually have impact on patient and create commercial value. So Wellcome's involvement and ambition is to build the next generation of that campus, which is very much an integrated ecosystem to enable projects, companies to form, grow, and thrive, and to really set the stone for what will be the 21st century of patient intervention. So the 10 years vision, in 2 words, is on one hand, up to 1 million square feet of a commercial facility for these projects and companies. On the other hand is scientists like everyone else need to live somewhere and have a lovely life, so we're also building accommodations. It's 1,500 houses with all the living accommodations around, primary school, open to community amenities, GP practice, etc. But what's coming up now, because I'm talking about the 10 years vision, is the delivery at the end of 27 of the first phase of the houses, 83 affordable rental, so really to enable people to live on campus. And then the first delivery of the first commercial building, a 200,000 square feet lab-enabled, that will host our startup incubator. So very much starting by initiating that pipeline with where it comes, startup companies. And importantly, the first open to the public and community amenity building with gym and restaurants, but also very importantly, a new swimming pool that will be heated by the servers because you are on the biodata campus. So that's a very quick snapshot about what's coming up. Obviously, we're building it because we genuinely think that's what is driving the 21st century science, and we are at the right place to do it. But also, we think that will be a very important piece for the Cambridge ecosystem. So anyone who wants to talk more about it, find me afterward or reach me on LinkedIn. I'm Aline, and welcome again to that lovely campus. Thank you.
Thanks, Aline. Thank you. Thank you, Aline. Exciting plans indeed. So let's take a look now at our nominees for the Tech for Good Award. Parrot Pow. GLP-1 weight loss drugs are being prescribed to 3.3 million UK patients, but up to 60% of weight loss on these medications is critical lean tissue, not fat. And in older adults, this can represent the physiological equivalent of 10 years of natural aging, compressed into months. Parrot Pow AI health coaching app Lean Shield improves treatment completion, enhances outcomes, and reduces long-term frailty costs by providing personalised muscle protection coaching. Sinclair Innovation. Crispin Sinclair began prototyping more than a decade ago in a bid to make cycling safer. He developed 2 products. The Conquer trailer is a child trailer with a roll bar capable of taking a 1-tonne load capacity, and an Isofix car seat, which was crash tested at Cranfield Impact Centre. The Conquer seat is a protective rear bike seat for toddlers. Hopefully you had a chance to see this during our reception. Both aim to address parents' safety concerns and encourage more families to cycle. Studio 24 has rebuilt the online service RNIB Bookshare for the Royal National Institute of Blind People as a modern accessible platform providing more than 1 million educational titles for learners with sight loss and other disabilities. The custom web application was built using the popular open source web framework Laravel, integrates with apps like Dolphin Easy Reader and supports 65,000 learners across 15,000 schools, colleges and universities. Engineering the Blue. Youth are Safe protects people, animals and communities by ensuring controlled, accountable access to animal euthanasia medications. Its app-controlled system verifies identity, location and time before dispensing drugs, automatically recording every event to reduce errors and support compliance. Clinics have shown strong interest in its portable, reliable transport solution designed both for efficiency and human well-being. Cambridge NeuroWorks. This Cambridge-led consortium is partnering with ARIA to accelerate next-generation neurotechnologies for conditions such as depression, dementia, chronic pain and epilepsy. With neurological and mental health disorders affecting 4 out of 5 people in their lifetime, the programme supports innovations from brain implants to brain-computer interfaces, focusing on reducing risks and side effects. Discovery is changing how health and care organisations listen to patients, staff and clinicians. Its online engagement platform and advanced research methodologies enable large-scale participation, delivering insights that shape cancer care, dementia campaigns, health tech innovations, primary care access and AI adoption. With over 9,000 responses in 2025, Discovery proves that meaningful listening drives smarter decisions. Terrific work from our nominees in a wide range of fields. Highly commended this year is Studio 24. Congratulations to Studio 24. But the winner of the Tech for Good Award for pioneering work in collaboration is Cambridge NeuroWorks. Congratulations to Cambridge NeuroWorks. Thank you to Aline and the Wellcome Genome Campus for their support. Now we come to Clean Tech Company of the Year, sponsored by our good friends at Woodfine Solicitors, who've been supporting these awards since their inception in 2017. I'm delighted to welcome to the stage Woodfine's Senior Associate, another of our judges, Gillian Harding. So here are our nominees. Finkel, Camborne-based Finkel is a climate tech startup building an AI-powered climate intelligence platform to help asset owners, financial institutions and public authorities forecast and manage flood risk. In an EU-funded flood resilience programme, it showed it can improve forecast accuracy by up to 50%, while a proof of concept highlighted how it can identify assets at high risk, estimate flood depths and provide risk profiles across different time horizons. Cellcraft. Factory farming is a leading driver of deforestation, water pollution and climate change. Cellcraft is building an AI-driven automated platform to make cultivated meat, that's meat grown from cells, commercially viable. Its bioelectronic sensors enable control of fat and muscle percentages and transform production into a scalable smart factory system. The Cellcraft farm integrates immortal pork and lamb cell lines and animal-free media to produce cultivated meat using up to 94% less water and 80% less land. Sauceland-based Pulpex has created fully recyclable, customisable paper bottles designed to replace plastic and glass bottles without compromising brand design or performance. It closed a £62 million Series D investment last year, and backed by major global partners, Pulpex is building a licensing model to enable worldwide adoption. By 2028, it aims to displace over 2 billion bottles and remove nearly 1 million tonnes of CO2. PES Technologies has created an affordable method of measuring soil health in under 10 minutes in the field. A teaspoon of soil is placed in a device and volatile organic compounds released by soil microbes are detected by sensors, generating a unique electronic fingerprint. Processed in the cloud by machine learning, results are swiftly returned to a mobile app. It's been adopted by a dozen organisations to optimise soil health management since launching in 2024. Mimicrete. University of Cambridge spin-out, Mimicrete has developed the world's first vascular self-healing concrete, inspired by biological circulatory systems. When a crack appears, an embedded 3D network delivers a liquid healing agent, such as polyurethane or calcium silicate, directly to the damaged area, sealing the crack within 30 minutes to 24 hours, extending structural lifespan and reducing life cycle emissions by up to 85%. QPT. Bradfield Centre-based QPT has developed a breakthrough motor drive technology that could cut electric motor energy use by up to 10%, slashing CO2 emissions while improving performance. The speed of electric motors is controlled by variable frequency drives using silicon transistors that switch on and off, but energy is lost with every switch. QPT uses gallium nitride transistors operating at 1 MHz, 100 times faster than conventional drives, delivering a pure sine waves directly to motors. So another excellent set of nominees there. Highly commended for Clean Tech Company of the Year is Finkel. Congratulations to you, June, and the winner of Clean Tech Company of the Year for 2026 for the outstanding impact of its technology. It's Pulpex. We all want to know what's in those bottles, don't we? Many congratulations, Pulpex. Thank you to Gillian and Woodfines for their support of this category. Now we turn to Employer of the Year, category recognising organisations that go above and beyond for their employees, their community and the environment. This award is sponsored by Zero Workspace, the Station Road-based experts in the design and build of offices and laboratories. I'm very pleased to welcome to the stage Director Barnaby Clark. So here are our nominees. Paragraph ensures its benefits package is equitable and consistent and runs themed campaigns on issues that matter, including food and nutrition, back care, DEI awareness and support for neurodiverse colleagues. With regular reviews, it emphasises personal and professional development at all levels, and staff surveys have influenced the appraisal process and benefits offered. With a mission grounded in graphene technology, Paragraph also invests in community outreach and sustainability. Redgate Software, a global leader in database DevOps, Redgate has cultivated a culture grounded in trust, autonomy and continuous learning. Initiatives include dedicated 10% learning time and a feel-good fund to support social and wellbeing activities. Flexible working practices and inclusive policies help employees thrive, while its focus on ESG includes support for Cambridge-based charities whose missions align with its sustainability targets. New Quantum, a proudly diverse company with more than 40% women across the workforce and more than 50% in senior leadership. New Quantum's record-breaking $60 million Series A funding was only possible thanks to its inclusive culture, built on authentic communication, development and well-being. Its commitment to social responsibility means it helps charities like Addenbrooke's Charitable Trust, while its mission to progress fault-tolerant quantum computing directly supports multiple green agendas. RxCellerate, a people-first drug discovery company. RxCellerate has a culture built on innovation, collaboration and compassion. It invests in talent development, flexible working and inclusive leadership, with women making up 2/3 of senior management roles and 57% of the workforce. All employees are empowered to propose new ideas. A peer-to-peer reward and recognition scheme has been introduced, and it has achieved platinum status in the NUS Green Impact Scheme for 3 years. Metrion Biosciences. This specialist preclinical drug discovery CRO has an exceptional 95% employee retention rate, reflecting its supportive and collaborative culture. Defined development pathways enable individuals to grow scientifically and professionally, while continuous learning, wellbeing initiatives, flexible working and state-of-the-art facilities create an inspiring environment that underpin Metrion's 40% annual growth. 5 excellent employers there, for anyone who's brought their CV with them tonight. Highly commended is New Quantum. Congratulations to you. And the winner of Employer of the Year for 2026 is Redgate Software. Congratulations to Redgate on their success. Thank you to Barnaby and Zero Workspace for their support of that category. Next up, maybe some of you predicted it already, it's AI Company of the Year. And it's sponsored by our good friends at Appleyard Lees, the intellectual property law firm who supported these awards since their inception. I'm very pleased to invite another one of our judges, patent attorney Deborah Dawn, to the stage to present this one. You can read my interview with Deborah in this quarter's issue of IQ Business Magazine, which you'll get a copy of in your goodie bags at the end of the evening. I can confirm this award was judged entirely by human intelligence. Let's hear about our nominees. Ignota Labs uses AI to rescue promising but failing drugs. Fewer than 10% of drugs make it to market, often because of safety issues like liver toxicity. Ignota's SafePath platform uses explainable AI, cheminformatics, bioinformatics and data analysis to explain the root causes of toxicity. In 2025, the company doubled in size, secured $6.9 million in seed funding and advanced multiple rescued assets towards the clinic, including a best-in-class inhibitor developed in 3 months for less than $150,000. Luminance, founded by University of Cambridge mathematicians, is transforming legal work with its legal-grade AI. Powered by a proprietary data set of 220 million legal documents, it delivers contextual understanding, transparent reasoning, and agent-driven automation across the contract lifecycle. With its latest release, Luminance's AI agents instantly ingest incoming contracts, apply the organisation's legal playbook, and identify how risk has changed. With more than 1,000 customers, it doubled global revenue again in 2025. Outsy. The exponential growth in our ability to sequence the human genome has not been matched by our ability to interpret it. OUTSI applies a predictive AI platform to genomic datasets previously only analysed through the eyes of association and correlation. This unlocks new targets in areas such as central nervous system and rare diseases, and a £2.5 million seed round in 2025, plus industry partnerships, made it a breakthrough year. 4Colors Research. An algorithmic R&D company, 4Colors uses mathematical optimization to help organisations tackle computational challenges, from scheduling aircraft operations and routing delivery vehicles to packing cargo efficiently and balancing energy grids. This approach helps reduce costs, cuts emissions and shortens lead times. 4Colors work with the UK Space Agency protects satellite infrastructure by scheduling observations to track 50,000 space objects. Helix. There are more than 10,000 known rare diseases affecting more than 400 million people globally, yet fewer than 5% have an approved treatment. Helix combines multiomics, system biology and advanced AI to uncover novel mechanisms and accelerate discovery of first-in-class treatments. It now has 2 AI-discovered programs in the clinic, with a phase 2 trial underway for neurofibromatosis type 1, a condition that causes tumours to grow along nerves that predominantly affects children and young adults. Panacea Technologies. This AI health tech company is transforming precision medicine by delivering molecular-level insights in minutes from routine pathology images. Its PanProfiler platform determines biomarker status from across DNA, RNA, proteins and metabolites from existing clinical data, removing the cost, delays and complexity associated with conventional molecular testing. Last year it launched PanProfiler Colorectal, which is now deployed in multiple NHS hospitals. So there we go, some outstanding uses of AI there. Highly commended for AI Company of the Year is Ignota Labs. Congratulations to Ignota, and the winner of AI Company of the Year for 2026. After another incredible year, it retains its crown. It's Luminance. Many congratulations to Luminance. Thank you to Deborah and Appleyard Lees for their sponsorship. We'll see Appleyard Lees again later when we reveal the winner of the IP prize. But now it's time for a new category, FinTech Company of the Year, supported by the aforementioned IQ magazine. I'm pleased to invite Emily Lloyd-Ruck, Business Development Manager for IQ and ILIF Media, to the stage for this one. So we have 3 nominees here. Algo Dynamics uses cutting-edge AI-driven price forecasting analytics to help investors navigate volatile markets with confidence, used by hedge funds, family offices and specialist asset managers from Hong Kong to California. The company continues to innovate, pioneering the world's first quantum-powered financial forecasting system and publishing research that helps investors align financial performance with broader societal or environmental objectives. Syndicate Room, a leader in the UK venture capital ecosystem, Syndicate Room defied a difficult funding climate by more than doubling the amount raised for investment in the last year and launching 3 innovative new funds supporting climate solutions, female founders and scale-ups. Rooted in Cambridge's ecosystem and using a data-driven investment model, it strengthens investor confidence and improves access to early-stage capital. Monovate, founded in Cambridge in 2020, Monovate has grown into a global payment infrastructure leader, specialising in card issuing, payment processing and regulatory infrastructure for some of the fastest growing fintech, embedded finance and Web3 businesses. Its API-first Monovate One platform enables clients to launch, manage and scale card and payment programs with speed and confidence. Since launch, it's issued more than 6.3 million cards and processed over £6.5 billion in payments. Now, the judges felt all three of these outstanding businesses would be worthy winners. However, thumbscrews were applied and a decision was made. Highly commended in this impossibly tight category was Algo Dynamics. Congratulations to Jeremy and Algo Dynamics. And the winner of FinTech Company of the Year for 2026 is Syndicate Room. Many congratulations to Syndicate Room. Thank you to Emily for representing IQ Business Magazine on that one. Now, to the first of two categories for individuals who could nominate themselves or be nominated by others. Researcher of the Year is sponsored again by AstraZeneca, who put together a panel of judges to cast an expert eye over the nominations and help us judge this award. I'm delighted to invite Clive Green, Executive Director, Discovery Sciences, R&D at AstraZeneca, to the stage. So here are our nominees. Now pay attention here because I'll be passing around a multiple choice test afterwards. Professor Havovi Chichka, Anglia Ruskin University. Havi is an internationally recognised vascular biologist whose research explores mechanisms in cardiovascular and lung diseases and in diabetes. She has identified a new family of proteins, taste receptors, playing a key role in cardiovascular disease, now the subject of a US clinical trial. She's published more than 40 papers, contributed to World Health Organization guidance, and supervised 15 PhD students. Dr. Tom Fitzgerald, EMBL EBI. A major advance in the application of AI to preventative medicine was achieved last year when Tom co-developed a model trained and validated on millions of medical records to predict the timing and risk of more than 1,000 diseases years in advance. By learning the grammar of people's medical histories, it helps us to study disease trajectories, explore prevention strategies, and helps health systems plan earlier, more personalised care. Dr. Denis Lacaban, MRC Mitochondrial Biology Unit at the University of Cambridge. Resolving a single membrane protein structure is often the work of several years. In 2025, Denis managed to determine 8 high-resolution maps across 3 vital membrane protein families in just 12 months. He did so by expanding the cryo-electron microscopy capabilities of his lab, then trained fellow researchers. The key focus has been MPC1, an important fuel route for cells. Providing structural clarity here is vital for creating medicines that can starve cancer cells or treat fatty liver disease. Dr. Janine Lautenschläger, Cambridge Institute for Medical Research, University of Cambridge. Janine's lab is changing how we understand neurodegeneration by investigating protein phase separation, how proteins organise into liquid droplets within cells. A landmark discovery about the synaptic protein VAMP2 challenged existing dogmas and revealed a new mechanism in Parkinson's disease. Janine is also a key builder of UK scientific networks and a champion of open, inclusive research culture. Professor Vicky McRae, Anglia Ruskin University. Vicky, a cell biologist, has 95 publications to her name and has secured more than £5 million in research funding for work that has influenced the fields of bone biology, cardiovascular research, renal disease and cellular metabolism. Among her research highlights last year was identifying a novel epigenetic regulator of aortic valve calcification, while she also demonstrated a commitment to research training, including organising an annual international summer school, and she's helping ARU develop its Biomedical and Health Research Centre. Professor Kieran Patil, University of Cambridge, and Cambiotics, a global leader in understanding how xenobiotics interact with the human microbiome and influence health. Kieran was corresponding author in 2025 on 2 high-impact Nature of Microbiology papers, exploring the bioaccumulation of PFAS forever chemicals in our gut bacteria and the impact of industrial and agricultural chemicals on our microbiome. Kieran is translating science into real-world impact as co-founder of Cambiotics, which has raised €6 million to develop supplements that remove forever chemicals. So 6 outstanding researchers there, all worthy of recognition tonight. Highly commended for what our judges described as a combination of high-impact research and entrepreneurial success is Professor Kieran Patil. Congratulations to Kieran. And so the winner of Researcher of the Year for 2026 for what our judges described as innovative work with significant potential impact on preventative medicine, it is Dr. Tom Fitzgerald. Congratulations to Tom, well deserved. Thank you to Clive and AstraZeneca for their support of this category. Next up, it's the Award for Innovation. There is once again an excellent array of outstanding nominations in this category, which is sponsored by Railpen, which is investing in Cambridge's innovation ecosystem. I'm very pleased to invite Strategic Advisor Emma Goodford to join me on stage. So our nominees are Avalar. Working out of MakeSpace in Mill Lane, Avalar has developed a prototype anti-drone system which is looking to sell to UK prisons, police and airports. It is composed of a quadcopter that autonomously detects, tracks and captures invasive drones using a net and tether in order to safely bring a captured drone back to Earth. The product stands out because of its agility, autonomy and compactness, reducing operator burden and cost. AstraZeneca's Centre for Genomics Research. Working in collaboration with partners at the University of Cambridge, scientists at AstraZeneca uncovered how a mutation in a gene called DNMT3A in blood stem cells developed towards acute myeloid leukemia and showed that a widely used diabetes drug, metformin, could help prevent this. Plans for a clinical trial are underway thanks to this cross-disciplinary collaboration involving functional genomics, metabolomics and in vivo stem cell models with population-scale analytics. WPark. This Cambridge deep tech venture is building Spectre, a traffic controller powered by responsible AI, spatial technology and ex-military ranging. It understands real-world vehicle movements at machine speed across complex urban environments, starting with parking and scaling to citywide flow. It can guide drivers to vacant parking bays and enable pre-booking, minimising the need for parking cruises and cutting pollution around office areas. PlexTech is integrating radar and communications into a single system, improving spectrum efficiency and reducing size, weight, power and cost, factors particularly valuable for applications such as drone and automotive systems. By adapting frequency-modulated continuous waveform radar signals to transmit data without compromising sensing quality, the team has demonstrated a commercially viable solution. Paragraph's graphene field effect transistor is the first of its kind to be mass-produced for real-world applications. With traditional sensing technologies reaching their limits amid growing demand from healthcare and environmental monitoring, this transistor delivers ultra-high sensitivity to electrical, chemical and biological signals. Paragraph is now working with medical innovators to develop graphene-powered diagnostic platforms. Mersla Bio is a leader in the science of extracellular vesicles, nano-sized particles released by virtually all cell types into body fluids. Its AI-powered dynamic biopsy platform features EV isolation technology, which precisely targets these particles from specific organs, such as the liver. This approach enables more accurate disease detection and is used in its lead product, EcoLiver, which is a higher sensitivity alternative to traditional testing for the most common form of liver cancer. So brilliant innovations across the board there. Highly commended is Paragraph. Winner. And we are moving on to the winner of the award for innovation for 2026. Congratulations go to AstraZeneca's Centre for Genomics Research. Congratulations to AstraZeneca, also to their collaborators at the University of Cambridge. The judges were particularly impressed with how this innovative approach brought together the Cambridge ecosystem in partnership. Now, it's time for Biotech Company of the Year, and the competition here, as always, is very strong. This category is supported by our friends at BDO, the accountancy and business advisory firm. I'm pleased to invite another of our judging panel, Paul Hughes, Managing Director for Life Sciences and Technology, to help me with this one. Our nominees. CM Bio had a transformative 2025, advancing animal-free drug development technologies as global regulators shift away from animal testing. Its PhysioMimics core platform, the first unified organ-on-a-chip system, delivered validated performance across single-organ, multi-organ and high-throughput configurations. With 50% revenue growth and new global partnerships, CM Bio is accelerating adoption of new approach methodologies. Linkgevity. This Cambridge biotech is targeting the fundamental biological mechanisms that drive ageing and age-related disease, focusing on the shared root causes of tissue degeneration to prevent multiple diseases simultaneously. Its anti-necrotic therapeutic platform is designed to block necrosis, an uncontrolled form of cell death, and has earned an Innovate UK Smart Grant to advance its programme in kidney degeneration. Accelerate. This outsourced drug discovery and development company achieved major scientific and commercial growth in 2025, expanded its translational capabilities, and advanced multiple client assets towards the clinic. It announced a partnership combining its drug discovery expertise with Constructive Bio's programmable biology platform and completed its first experimental medicine project. Helix. As a rare disease biotech, Helix combines AI, multiomics and systems biology to accelerate drug discovery. Its lead program is in a phase 2 clinical trial for neurofibromatosis type 1, which is currently treated with cancer drugs associated with significant toxicity and poorly suited for long-term clinical chronic use. Meanwhile, it is also advancing an AI-discovered program into clinical trials focused on preventing cancer recurrence. Abselion. A major bottleneck in biologics and gene therapy is access to fast, reliable, quantitative data. Abselion's Amperia platform uses redox electrochemical detection paired with assay-ready sensors and kits to generate actionable data earlier, with a benchtop reader and intuitive software. Validated by research organisations, it's been used by NHS Blood and Transplant and has support from Innovate UK and Merck Ventures. Cardiotech Biosciences. Cardiovascular disease remains a leading cause of death globally, affecting more than 620 million people, but innovation in tackling it is lagging behind. Cardiotech is building the largest proprietary multiomics dataset derived from human cardiac tissue to provide a comprehensive view of the biological processes driving cardiovascular diseases. So 6 excellent biotech finalists there. The judges had a challenge to separate them. Highly commended for its exciting and innovative approach is Linkgevity. Congratulations to you. And the winner of Biotech Company of the Year for demonstrating real progress is Helix. Congratulations to Helix. Thank you to Paul and all the team at BDO for their support. Now, it's time for MedTech Company of the Year, and I'm pleased to invite the Lord Lieutenant of Cambridgeshire, Julie Spence, to help me present this one. Here are our nominees. Curate. Curate uses AI-powered CT imaging biomarkers and a clinical disease platform to accelerate clinical trials and drug development in lung and heart disease. In 2025, it began a strategic partnership in progressive pulmonary fibrosis with Avalyn Pharma, the first use of deep learning imaging technology in a PPF clinical trial. It's one of a host of ongoing clinical trials involving Curate's biomarkers. Electron RX. Turning any smartphone, tablet or laptop into a clinical-grade pulmonary measurement device, Electron RX's technology cuts the need for spirometry hardware and clinic visits. Validated in hundreds of patients with 95% accuracy, it measures key respiratory biomarkers across diseases including COPD and asthma. Gilvray Health. Lifestyle factors like physical activity, nutrition, sleep and mental well-being are essential to preventing and managing long-term conditions, yet lifestyle medicine is inconsistently delivered. Gilvray Health has developed a clinician-facing digital health platform that integrates lifestyle medicine into routine medical care, aiding structured interventions, personalised follow-up and meaningful patient engagement. Mersla Bio is a leader in extracellular vesicle science and has developed an AI-powered dynamic biopsy platform which generates organ-specific, tissue-labelled multiomics data from a simple blood draw. Its first product is EvoLiver, a breakthrough blood test for the early detection of hepatocellular carcinoma, the most common primary liver cancer, which achieved FDA breakthrough device designation last year. Panacea Technologies. Using advanced AI to analyse routine bright field images of cells and tissues, Panacea delivers molecular-level insights in minutes, accelerating diagnosis and improving treatment decisions. Clinically validated on more than 4,700 NHS samples, with products now deployed across UK hospitals, Panacea was selected in 2025 for the MHRA AI Airlock programme. So some very exciting medtech innovations there. Highly commended in this category after a pivotal year is Mersla Bio. Congratulations to you. And the winner of MedTech Company of the Year for 2026 is Panacea Technologies. Congratulations to you. Thank you to the Lord Lieutenant for helping me with this one. Now it's time for our second category for individuals, CEO of the Year, celebrating inspirational and influential leaders. I'm pleased to say it's sponsored by Brookgate, which has created property like 10 Station Road with Cambridge's most innovative businesses in mind. It's my pleasure to welcome to the stage Property Director Simon Wallace. So here are our nominees. Dr. Lydia Makaroff, MS International Federation. Providing strategic leadership from Cambridge for staff across Britain, international trustees and national MSF charities in a variety of healthcare settings, Dr. Lydia Makaroff has strengthened scientific understanding, helped people with MS co-author paper on the use of AI in research, and helps the International Progressive MS Alliance launch its new data resource during 2025, while elevating MS in global health policies. Dr. Karina Kern, Linkgevity. Having co-founded Linkgevity with her sister Serena, Dr. Karina Kern is tackling a pressing global challenge, the longevity problem. She's garnered European and UK innovation support for Linkgevity's anti-necrotic therapeutic platform, which has also attracted interest from the space health sector for its potential to tackle accelerated ageing and tissue damage in extreme environments. Simon Thomas, Paragraph. As co-founder and CEO of Paragraph, Simon has led the company from a bold idea of producing scalable electronics, exploiting the properties of graphene, to a leading deep tech manufacturer. He oversaw the development of its proprietary transfer-free graphene growth process and the launch of multiple graphene-based products, and has secured more than $150 million in funding. Lee Patterson, Metrium Biosciences. In a challenging global market, Lee helped this specialist preclinical drug discovery CRO deliver 40% revenue growth with an 82% rise in US sales and 29 new customers. Since joining, he's streamlined processes, ensuring scientific integrity and partnership continue to be at the centre of Metrium's commercial success, while strengthening its focus on social responsibility and prioritising employee well-being. Peter Job, Intelligent Systems. Peter has strengthened Intelligence's position as an IT consulting and managed services company while embedding cybersecurity at its core. The company's reduced incident response times by more than 40%, increased threat detection accuracy and safeguarded critical infrastructure for a diverse range of organisations while shaping a people-centric culture that values integrity, inclusion and resilience. So 5 outstanding CEOs there leading their teams with distinction. Highly commended is Dr. Karina Kern, Linkgevity. Karina's flight was held up, so one of her colleagues is collecting the award for her. And our CEO of the Year for 2026 is Simon Thomas, a Paragraph. Many congratulations and thank you to Simon and Brookgate for supporting this category. Now to Software Company of the Year, supported by Mantle Space, the leading provider of serviced offices at places like Nine Hills Road and, of course, the Bradford Centre. Delighted to ask Mark Watson, General Manager at the Bradford Centre, and another of our judges to join me. Here are our nominees. Redgate Software. Redgate's trusted database DevOps tools support more than 200,000 users worldwide, including at Coca-Cola, Apple and Disney. Continuous innovation is driven by solving real customer problems and responding to evolving technological trends such as AI amid compliance with security regulations. With strategic investment from Briegel Sagemount, it's now accelerating product development and AI integration. Optibrium, a Cambridge-based leader in AI-powered drug discovery software, Optibrium launched StarDrop 8 last year, the most significant update to its molecule design, optimization and data analysis platform in its 20-year history. It integrates real-time collaboration into every stage of the medicinal chemistry workflow. Optibrium also published new research demonstrating a new method for property detection. Intelligence. Drawing on AI technology developed at the University of Cambridge, Intelligence is a leader in the application of machine learning to product and process developments in the chemicals, materials, life science and consumer goods sectors. Last year, it launched the Alchemite suite to make its machine learning tools accessible through web apps, while Alchemite Insight is a generative AI tool guiding users in interpreting outputs. Founded in 2018, JumpTech builds software to accelerate the installation of clean energy technologies, including EV chargers, solar battery and heat pumps from first customer contact to completion. In 2025, it launched Dealer Home Charge, boosting EV sales conversion, cutting installation times. British Gas, EDF and Scottish Power are among those using its software. So some excellent examples of software innovation there. Highly commended is Intelligence. Congratulations to you, and in recognition of its terrific impact, the winner of the Software Company of the Year for 2026 is JumpTech. Congratulations to JumpTech on their win. Thank you to Mark and Mental Space for their ongoing support. Now to our penultimate award of the evening, sponsored by the Faculty of Science and Engineering at Anglia Ruskin University. I'm delighted to welcome Professor Nicholas Pugh, Faculty Director of Research and Innovation. Here are the nominees. Plextech's practical, commercially viable method for integrating radar and communications systems has major implications for multiple industries and can advance defence, telecommunications and automotive safety. Its approach allows for traditional sensing operations like detecting moving objects and determining their range, velocity and direction, while simultaneously enabling communication with nearby compatible devices. ElectronRx. Chronic respiratory diseases affect more than 700 million people globally, yet the gold standard diagnostic tool, spirometry, has remained fundamentally unaltered for decades. ElectronRx's PDX technology changes that. Using advanced signal processing and proprietary machine learning algorithms, it turns your phone, tablet or laptop into a clinical-grade pulmonary measurement device. Already clinically validated, regulatory submissions are expected this year. Intelligent Systems. This technology consultancy and managed services provider is helping organisations modernise operations, strengthen cyber security and achieve sustainable transformation. With the industrialisation of cybercrime, Intelligence has pivoted towards a managed detection and response model where threats identified in one environment immediately strengthen defences across others. Four Colours Research. Founded in 2016 by Dr. Marcin Kamiński, Four Colours uses mathematical optimization solutions to tackle some of the hardest computational problems. Its AI-powered smart solvers run on CPUs, GPUs and quantum processors and deliver solutions across aerospace, defence, telecommunications and space sectors. Even small planning improvements in aerospace and automotive supply chains can translate into millions of pounds in savings and significant emissions reductions. QPT. Electric motors consume 45% of the world's electricity, yet the underlying hardware controlling them hasn't improved in 20 years. QPT aims to revolutionise power electronics with 1 MHz gallium nitride motor drives, 100 times faster than today's systems. With 14 patents, validation from ABB and Infineon, and multiple licensing deals in discussion, QPT aims to slash electricity usage by creating high-value IP that partners will embed in products worldwide. So some really exciting nominees there, but highly commended for Technology Company of the Year is 4Colors Research. Congratulations to you. The winner of Technology Company of the Year for 2026 for pioneering work is Plextech. Many congratulations to Plextech. Thank you to Nick and the Faculty of Science and Engineering at Anglia Ruskin University for their ongoing support of this award. Now, we come to our final category, Life Science Company of the Year. Always a fierce contest. This one is sponsored by our friends at Zyme Communications, which provides PR and marketing services for the life science sector. I'm delighted to invite Managing Director Lorna Cudden to the stage. Here are our nominees. CN Bio. Animal testing has been a cornerstone of drug discovery, evaluating how drugs work before human trials. But interspecies differences limit the predictive value of animal models. CN Bio is leading the shift towards animal-free methods with its PhysioMimics core organ-on-a-chip platform, a benchtop system developed in direct response to industry demand. Nuclera. Proteins represent 95% of drug targets, but the speed and accuracy with which proteins can be produced and analysed impacts the early stages of drug development. Nuclera's e-protein discovery benchtop system gives researchers access to produce functional, correctly folded membrane proteins in just 48 hours by integrating cell-free expression, microfluidics and screening. In 2025, Nuclera expanded global distribution and extended its Series C to $87 million. RxCellerate, delivering integrated science-led programs from in silico design to preclinical development for its clients. RxCellerate has achieved major growth in the last year, expanding its translational capabilities and advanced multiple client assets towards the clinic. With proprietary platform technologies for rapid in silico screening, diverse clinic-ready antibodies, and precise proteomics, it is embedding innovation across its services. Helix, as we heard earlier, Helix is pioneering an AI-powered model of drug discovery to deliver transformative treatments for patients with rare and underserved diseases worldwide. Helix is now delivering real clinical outcomes with 2 programs in the clinic and further programs advancing rapidly. If its lead program in neurofibromatosis type 1 succeeds, it will enable earlier intervention, long-term treatment, and the potential for tumour prevention. Metrion Biosciences, a specialist ion channel contract research organisation, Metrion Biosciences has had an outstanding year, achieving major revenue growth, expanding its US presence and supporting 74 customers with high-quality, human-relevant assays, including through the development of an automated electrophysiology assay enabling high-throughput screening to accelerate pain drug discovery. Intelligen's machine learning technology is being utilised in a 2-year collaboration with CPI and 6 leading pharma and biotech companies to validate a new solution to the difficult manufacturing challenges for oligonucleotides, an important emerging class of therapeutic. Meanwhile, the launch of its Alchemite suite, delivering task-focused web browser-based apps, means machine learning methods can be applied to optimise experimental programs. So those are our final set of nominees, highly commended for Life Science Company of the Year after an excellent year is Metrium Biosciences. Congratulations to you, and now to the winner of Life Science Company of the Year for 2026, reflecting a pivotal year. Huge congratulations go to CM Bio. Many congratulations to the team at CM Bio. Thank you to Lorna and Zyme Communications for their brilliant support. Now, that is our final category, but we have one more prize to give out. The lucky winner of the IP prize has been chosen from among all of our finalists tonight and will benefit from £1,500 worth of intellectual property services from Appleyard Lees. I'd like to invite to the stage patent attorney Keelan Fallon to hand over this prize. Now, Appleyard Lees is a full-service IP firm with patent and trademark attorneys and specialist solicitors, so we'll provide a bespoke package to suit this company. The winner of the IP prize for 2026 is Loop 52. Sorry, Kieran. We'll make sure we get that prize to them. So thank you to Appleyard Lees for that generous prize. Thank you to all our sponsors for their invaluable support tonight. I'd also like to thank the team here at Hingston Hall Conference Centre getting us back up and running. Thank you to Tom, to my colleagues at the Cambridge Independent, particularly Lisa Jackson and Jonathan Tewson, and our events team, our inimitable photographer Keith Heppel for all their help tonight, and thank you to all of you for coming. I will shortly invite all our winners back to the stage for a group photograph. First of all, my customary small advertisement. You'll find coverage on our website, cambridgeindependent.co.uk, from later tonight. You'll find a souvenir supplement with all the pictures from this evening in the Cambridge Independent out next week. And if you like what we do and you've enjoyed these awards, please do consider a digital subscription. You can stay up to date with what's happening in the health and tech sectors, along with everything else happening in our communities. Please do have a look at that. You can use the code SciTech Awards on our subscription page online for 50% off an annual deal, and that includes our business packages. So there will be a little bit of time left to network after the event if you wish. Please do make sure you pick up your goodie bags when you do leave. But before that, I'd like a representative from all the winners and all those who were highly commended to return to the stage with their trophies for a group photograph. Thank you and good night.